Hey y'all, what is up? Nightwing Angels. Hey y'all. Okay, so you guys don't have to believe in what I believe in. I believe in spiritual encounters. We're just gonna get right in it. You should know it's demons, ghost, and etc. So let's go in. Okay, let's talk about this house I live in. Like this house in particular. Ever since I've moved in, like, there's my grandma here, my great grandma, my uncle, my other uncle's passed, but we'll talk about this story here in a minute. um, so what happens is, like, for the past days when I was staying up late and stuff, what happens is, like, I hear noises and stuff, like stuff you wouldn't hear on a particular basis. Like when I'm in a room alone, and it's like dark, I see shadows and I hear footsteps. I don't hear conversations, and I'm glad I don't. I don't want to hear their conversations. I just like hear stuff and see it. I don't know if I'm dreaming ever. I don't know if I'm daydreaming, guys, but all I know is that I feel like something's here, and when I sit in my uncle's chair, the one that passed, I kind of feel cold there, and it's odd. And people don't believe me in this house because they don't believe in spiritual encounters. Like, they believe in ghosts, but they don't believe into the ones that can't speak themselves. They believe in demons, like pull, touch, slap. That's what demons do. Personally, like, I feel uncomfortable in this house sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm safe. Sometimes wind chimes make their own noises, like at night when I'm alone. Sometimes I just see stuff. Sometimes, like, I don't believe I'm evil, guys. I don't at all. I think it's just typical because when my brother's alone, he'll talk to himself. Like, he'll be like, "Hi, Papa." Because my grandpa died of cancer. Hate talking about it, but I ought to open up to you guys about this. But when like when he's alone, like when me and him are the only ones here most of the time, it's even in front of people. He'll sit there and he'll giggle and he'll laugh and say, "Hi, Papa. Hi, Uncle. Hi, Uncle." And he'll play. And he'll laugh and he'll try handing stuff to them. And he's like, and I asked Bubba, and I go, "Who are you talking to?" He goes, "Papa. Papa." And, yeah, it's kind of odd. But I'll go ahead and get into the story I've heard. Well, the story I experienced. But, me and Bubba were home alone. Uh, that's not his name, but it's what we call him. We call him Bubba. And we were sitting down, and Bub was kind of acting weird. He goes, I went to the bathroom, and I heard him giggling. I was sitting in the bathroom just thinking, okay, what's going on here? What's going on? So when I got out of the bathroom, I looked at my little brother, and he was like messing with toys and stuff, and he was laughing, like, not normally. Like, it seemed like he was talking to someone. And when he continued talking to that person, all I, like, seen and heard was him just giggling and talking to someone. Like, I didn't hear nothing else in the room besides, like, slight cold chills, if you get what I mean. Like, the feeling you get when you know there's someone there but you can't see them. That was the kind of feeling I got. And I was pretty scared, and I didn't know what to think about. Like, I wasn't too freaked out. Like, I was a little scared that my brother was gonna get hurt or something. So I asked Bubba who he was talking to. He goes, I'm talking Papaw. I'm talking Papaw. And he did this after too. Like, when my family was home and stuff, he started doing it in front of our family too. And I just kind of get weirded out about this house and about the encounters we get, because that's a true story. My brother really did that. He still does it sometimes. Like, when they're gone and we're home alone, he'll be playing with toys and laughing, guys. Like, straight up laughing. And, do I believe in haunted situation of dolls? Yes, I do. Because it's happened to one of my friends' moms. This is when we lived in our trailer park in this place, and Okay, let's go ahead and get into that story too. She owned this like McDonald's like kind of like looking clown. This is the story she told me. The story she experienced. And it was very weird. Like she would sit it up on her dresser top and it would end up in the shower. And her kids weren't awake, her husband wasn't awake, and she wasn't awake. They wouldn't move it. And sometimes she would find it near the kitchen tables where the knives were at and stuff. And she was kind of getting worried about it. And one night she decided to try to put it in the closet. And instead of it being in the closet the next morning, it was in the shower again. And she was kind of scared about this. She then like was really worried and she didn't know what to do. So instead, she got rid of him. And no, he didn't return, but other people had other sightings of him moving and all that etc. stuff. So, personally, I believe in all of it. Personally, I believe in those two stories because one I experienced, the other one she experienced, and other stories I've heard, I can tell you, but I don't know if they're true because they just came off some old friends of mine. But here's one. My friend was walking around, and this was at our trailer park, surprisingly. Me and a friend. She was like 5, 6, maybe 7 at the time. We were walking around and I kind of felt cold chills at our trailer park too. It was cold. It was desperate uh and I don't know what to say about it, but it kept on bothering her. She was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. And I'm like, why? She goes, cuz I feel I feel odd. She goes, I just want to go home, okay? I said, okay. And later that night, she told her mom that she seen something. And do I believe it? I don't know. She was freaked out. But I don't know if it's true. Now, here's another true story from the same woman, except her kid. Okay, one night, he was home in bed. He was laying there with the choker on his neck. And he said that he seen a boy that looked like he's been drowned. And he said that the boy said that he needs to kill himself because he didn't want to be alone. And he rejected because he wanted to live his life with his little brother and his mom. Do I believe that story? I don't know, because it's a very short, very timid story that he told me. He didn't tell me anything else besides it was night, he had a choker on, and the kid said to kill himself. And I don't know. Now, time for a personal story of mine. Okay, I was out with some friends very late. They were trailer park buddies, and we were coming home it was about 8 or 9 in the summer, and there was this door. It started flickering, and like the door started opening and closing, and me and my friends wanted to actually investigate first until a light turned on, and we were freaked out. So we went up the hill, and I went home, he went home, and then the next morning we talked about it to see what it was, and we went down there and nothing even happened because every kid was outside. We were a little freaked out. So we went home late again the next day, and the same thing happened. It was reoccurrences until about 3 or 4 days later. Then there was nothing there. So I'm pretty sure the trailer park I was staying at either had deaths. Like, I bet it did. Before it was a trailer park, it was like a camping place, and it did have some deaths in it. But do I believe in that stuff? I do, because I believe our trailer park's haunted. By what? I don't know. But all I know is some of them are healthy and nice, and others are just very intimidating. So, guys, peace out.